guys, I'm heading up to the hospital again. I'm just feeling like quite nauseous, a little bit feverish, and I've had some pretty bad cramping, and the doctor said if I've got any cramping to go up, just because they don't want to take any chances of it being an ectopic pregnancy. So I'm going to meet Kurt there after work, and I'm feeling quite fatigued and just not like myself, so we'll see how we go. But I feel like I'm just full-blown sort of happening, like I feel like the miscarriage is like occurring, and maybe that's why I just feel like shit. But hi guys, so I'm up at the hospital now and I'm feeling a bit silly. I kind of feel like the pain's eased off now. I'm still feeling a bit nauseous, like just kind of feeling like throwing up, but I feel like this is all just normal symptoms and things that are going to happen when you miscarry. But I just know when I went to the hospital originally, they were so worried that I could potentially have an ectopic, and because I'm high risk of having one, they were like, any pain, even if it is just like period pain, please go up and get seen. So I'm following the doctor's orders. I'm being super cautious by being here. I just feel like the miscarriage is full-blown happening now. Like the bleeding's got a bit heavier today. I just feel like it's just like full happening. Plus we've gone private because Kurt's like, if they do need to do a surgery and something's wrong, then obviously we want to go with people that we trust. So it's quite costly doing it this way, especially if it ends up being nothing, but I guess no money's worth your health at the end, and if something is wrong, then... So I've just been talking to Kurt and my mum, and I do feel a bit silly, but what we thought we'd do is just go up and actually talk to the people in the emergency department and just tell them how I'm feeling, because now the cramps are sort of gone. Like they're really light, still there, but nothing like they were at home. So we might just tell them, then they'll probably just tell us and advise us on what they reckon we should do, because last time that's what they did. They were really good. But isn't that always the way? Like things like this happen, and then you get to the hospital and then your cramping's like stopped. It's like, oh, like it's a good thing. I definitely don't want the cramping to come back, but yeah, it's always the way, huh? And of course, straight from work, Kurt's come here to meet me again. So he's just so amazing and supportive. He's just, every single time, not even an issue. He'll miss all the things that he's got going on in his life to be here for me. So very lucky girl. Okay guys, so I just went in there and got checked, and I said to them, it just feels like really early labor or really bad period pain. And the lady, like I just sort of saw the nurse before we went and saw the doctor, was like, that's normal when you've got a miscarriage. And she kind of said that at the previous place we went to, they're probably just jumping the gun by trying to get us to go that early. And because the pain's sort of gone again, she said it's probably just gonna happen. So as long as it doesn't hang around for a long period of time and get like unbearably bad, she said probably just like wait. But anyways, at least we did the right thing by going up there and getting looked at. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a little bit painful for a while. It just feels like really early labor. Like it's not excruciating pain, but it's just uncomfortable. Like I don't want to get out of bed. Time to go home now. I'm so tired. Kurt's got to go to training for boxing. Oh, I want him to stay home, but he's got to go because he's got a fight coming up, and he has not been enough lately. So I just had a phone call from the Early Pregnancy Association place that I've been going to, and they said they got my blood results back and they've kind of plateaued. They haven't gone down too much, which kind of makes sense because today's when it's full-blown happened. Like today's when all the bleeding started and everything started to happen. So I've got to go back in for an appointment now on Wednesday at 9 AM and get another blood test and go from there. It's been a really long process. But anyway, hopefully by Wednesday it started to go down a bit now that everything sort of started to happen, because obviously they're a bit worried about an ectopic pregnancy if it doesn't change too much. So good morning guys. So this morning I'm just going to call up the hospital. As you guys know, they want me to go in tomorrow morning to get a blood test and then sit around for an hour, wait for the results, then go in and see someone at the hospital and figure out sort of what steps to take next, whether they need to do a D&C and completely rule out an ectopic pregnancy. But I'm going to be gone for literally half the day tomorrow if I do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up this morning and just see if it's possible that I could get my blood test done locally tomorrow morning, and if they can still get the results that quick, or whether I could even go down like late this afternoon to get my blood test done. Just because I don't really want to be gone for like half the day without Mila, and my poor mum will just have to sit down here for half the day, putting her to sleep and things like that. And it's not like the time she's coming down or when Mila's like up ready to play. That's like right between her nap time, and she sleeps for an hour and a half, so mum won't even get to play with her. Her new thing now over the last couple of weeks while I haven't been filming is pointing at everything. So she's, watch her, is she gonna do it? What is it? What are you looking at? Points at everything or puts her arm out to everything. It's so funny. But I'm feeling okay today. Yesterday was Monday, so that was the day I had to call up and cancel the appointments, and I had all my little cries and things like that. But this morning, definitely still not feeling like myself, and that's okay, but I'm feeling okay. Like I haven't cried yet this morning, so look at the dirty kitchen behind me. Oh my goodness. So last night I posted my first video, and as you guys know, I was super anxious and worried because I probably knew that there was going to be a few negative people out there that didn't agree with it and didn't really understand it, and I was totally ready to take that. And I had a really big feeling that there probably would be some negativity around the situation, but honestly I was inundated with the most beautiful messages. Kurt was getting so frustrated at me last night because I spent the entire night on my phone, but I can't start to tell you guys how much better it made me but I honestly can't even start to tell you guys how much better it made me feel to read not only your guys' experiences and journeys, but even those of you who haven't been through it before, your love and support and the beautiful things that you guys had to say. Like, I feel so much better today because of it. And it made me so happy that I've shared this journey with you guys. Made me realize that I did do the right thing by going with my gut and doing what I thought was right. And you guys are just honestly amazing. Like, I've just got the most amazing subscribers in the whole world. You're all just so caring and so loving. And I feel like I was so umming and ahhing on whether to share, and you guys just made me so glad last night that I did, and the support is just unbelievable. So thank you so much, and I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. Today the cramping has stopped, which is really good, but there's still a fair bit of bleeding going on, which I guess is a good thing because everything's sort of happening the way it should be, and everything's sort of moving on and just trying to get out of my body, I guess. I don't really know how to say that in a nice way. I think once the bleeding settles down and stops, it'll start to make me feel a little bit more normal again and a little bit more like myself, and just sort of everything happening at once. And I feel like my emotions are just a little bit crazy at the moment. It'll probably get a little bit easier once the bleeding sort of eases up and once my HCG levels drop right back down, which I don't know how long that's going to take. But yeah, you guys have definitely made today a lot better of a day. And I think too, just even this morning I was on my YouTube channel replying to comments and on my Instagram, and I just feel so much less alone, like being able to talk to people about it and people explaining their experiences to me. Like, you guys will see in the very first video that I uploaded when things started to sort of go wrong, all I kept saying was I just feel so alone, and I kept saying I don't understand why, like I know Kurt's in this with me and blah blah blah, but I just feel really alone. And I think it's because everybody made me feel like it wasn't something that you should openly talk about. But by doing so, it seriously opened up so many conversations with beautiful new women, and it's made me feel a hell of a lot better. So thanks to you guys, I'm feeling a lot better today. So guys, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna get out for a walk this morning. I think it'll do Mila really good to get out. Macy's definitely been dying to go for a walk. We went for a little walk down to the beach yesterday, as you guys saw, and it felt so good to get out, but I don't know, I've just been paranoid about going out for a walk with the bleeding and everything happening, but I know it'll do me good. I'm not gonna go far, just maybe down to the beach and back, and I know it'll make me feel better for going. I think I've said this in one of my videos before, but it's the times when you least feel like getting out of the house and going for a walk that you need it the most, and that usually help me the most and do me the most good. It's gonna make my day doing this. Today I'm making a promise to myself that next time I go through something like this, that I don't deprive myself and continue to go for a walk down the beach every single day, because it honestly makes me feel so much better. So I've just rang up the hospital and they were so good. Well, they said to me that once I got the blood test, I'd actually need to sit there and wait for 2 hours until I could get the results and then book in and see with someone. And she's like, you'll end up spending half your day up here. And I was like, I've got a baby at home, my mum's coming down to watch her, and I can't really expect her to just sit there for half of the day. And she was like, that's totally fine. So what I'm going to do is go locally and get my blood test done tomorrow. Then they're gonna call me up after they follow up the results, and then she said if they're needing to see me, then they can arrange to see me. She said there's not really any need of you coming in here because everything might be taking the right track and everything might be fine. So she was really good, and I was like, that's great, because obviously if I need to go in there, I'll definitely go in there. But to sit in a hospital and literally for 2 hours just waiting for blood test results when I could be at home with Mila is just like crazy. That's where I'm at for the moment. So no going out to the hospital tomorrow, which is like, yes, so good. Might have to duck down and get another referral today, so I might have to go do that later this afternoon. Then tomorrow morning getting a blood test again, and tomorrow afternoon I should get a follow-up phone call. But gosh, it's just like, it just feels like I'm getting, well, I am. I've been getting a blood test every 48 hours or more for like the last 2 weeks. So it is just like, yeah, poor Mila, poor little Bubba. She's just been such a good baby too. Like, you know, when you're going through things and usually that's when they're having like a hard time as well. She's been really good, and I'm so grateful because it's made my life just that bit easier. She's just been so easy. Her routine's been down pat, going down with it for her sleeps, no issue at all. And yeah, she's just been really happy and content, so it's good. You eating? So yeah, the timing of her being like this is just like perfect, because I've needed her to definitely have just that little bit more patience with me. Even little things like making phone calls. I feel like I've been on my phone non-stop, calling the doctors and the hospital and cancelling appointments and booking appointments, and it's just, yeah, it's been non-stop. So she's definitely made things a lot easier. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.